Hello and welcome back to Rolling Solo. My name is Adam Smith. We are in the middle of a gigantic battle with a huge stone golem known as the Rocket Golem, and he is going to be a pain for us to take down, but we're going to do our best to take him out. We haven't put any damage on him yet, which is really sad, but we're going to try real hard to make that happen. The Tinker right now is kind of he's kind of over here, and I guess what I'm trying to do with him is potentially to put down a heavy damage attack. Now what I could do here is I can use this. It says create 1 6 damage trap in an adjacent empty hex and then gain 2 when the trap is sprung, which is really cool. And then I can also do at a later time, I can choose to use like the hook gun in order to attack and pull him into it. So I'm gonna have to wait though to use that pull, but that's something to think about. Let's just see here. Yeah, so that's a decent option, at least for now. The only downside is then I have to use something on the bottom of my card, and so probably the best thing to use right now for the Tinker is probably to heal. I could also summon a harmless decoy, which may be not a bad idea, because the Golem attacks at a pretty strong rate, but this would lose a card for me, and that's not good. So I'm going to use the bottom for heal too. I think that's smarter. So we're going to go a little bit late with the Tinker on purpose, and then for the Cragheart, we need to get this guy, we need to push him or get him towards these damage. We had these huge damage traps in the back. We need to shove him into those somehow. So we need to do our best to get a push. Now we don't have any green. We have this attack here, which would help us push him too, but I need to generate green element, and we don't have any leaf elements pushed up at the moment. I don't have any cards that can do that because I think they're all gone. Yeah, we lost it way earlier. Oh, shoot. So that's too bad. Well, that makes things tough. The only other person, no, I could set myself up for one in a future round by maybe doing the heal. So that's possible, although it's not the most useful attack right now. Wouldn't really do much for me, but I could, within range 4, I could heal myself 4. That's not bad. Then the question is, what could I do? All Jason enemies suffer 1 damage. Jump, destroy all obstacles and disarm traps move through. Heal 2. Ugh. None of these are really all that great, to be honest. Yikes, we gotta get through this guy's shield somehow, and I don't know how we're gonna do that. Did I end up losing? No, I never had it apparently. Not seeing anything here that will give wounds, which is bad, really bad. This makes this guy really tough to defeat. So shoot, this is really rough. What do we do here? So the heal is an option. We have a move 2 damage, which is nice, I guess. That guarantees that we hit him. He is stunned this round, so he's not going to attack us. Oh, I like this one. We could do this. So we move 1 adjacent single hex obstacle to an empty hex within range 4. Attack to target all enemies adjacent to the moved obstacle. So we could hit him with that and move an obstacle in the way, which would be good, I guess. And then, I'm just trying to think. We could, I just don't know if there's a benefit to that. Oh no, that could be good, because then we could push him into it later. That could be useful. So if we end up using the top, we got to use the bottom. What would be a useful bottom? Probably this one. Add +1 to all of your ranged attacks. Is this a ranged attack? Move 1 Jason. This isn't considered to be a ranged attack. I don't know. Clear the Way says move 1 adjacent single hex obstacle at an empty hex within range 4, but it doesn't have the range symbol on it, so I don't think this is a range. This is not a ranged attack, so this one won't benefit me. But the heal 2 will, because I can throw that at the Tinker. So maybe I'll hold on to this card and we'll change it up like that. So we're gonna go 38 and 68. So let's flip our card for the Golem, 51. He's gonna move and attack, although he's stunned this turn, so he's not gonna do much. But we get to go first with the Cragheart. So let's go ahead and do our plan here. So we're gonna go ahead and, oh shit, I mean, shoot. We need to move 1 adjacent single hex obstacle to an empty hex within range 4. Oh no. Worst. We have to be adjacent in order to do this. Well, that just destroyed all my plans. So what I'm going to need to do now is, in order to even get this attack to do anything, I'm going to have to use this, for move 2 to move to an adjacent hex to get this. So now we've used this for move 2 instead of the heal, which I didn't want to do. And then we're going to go ahead and it says move one adjacent single hex obstacle to an empty hex within range 4. So I'm going to pick this one up. We're going to chuck the column at him. We'll put it here, let's say. And then we're going to go ahead and it's going to hit him. It's going to be an attack 2 hit, target all enemies adjacent to the moved obstacle. I get an XP for that, so it goes up to 4, and I just knocked that out of its tray, and I don't know where it was. Shoot, I think it was at 8 because it fell over sideways. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to attack 2 and hope for the best here. This is where it gets ugly. He's got shields. Oh, so we got 3, but his shields totally consume everything, so nothing happens, and that card is discarded. Too bad. So now the Golem is going to go, but he won't move or attack because he's stunned for his whole turn. That token goes away, and then now the Tinker is going to go. Now the Tinker planned to do a heal 2 on himself, so he's going to bump up to 6, which is not bad. It's not the greatest move ever, but we're just getting ready here. And then we're going to go ahead and it says create 1 damage 6 trap in an adjacent empty hex. So we're going to go ahead and put this damage trap right here. And we get 2 experience when the trap is sprung. So I'm going to put this here for now because we're going to get that as soon as we do it on the next turn. This one is going to get discarded. We'll put this here for reference, and then that's essentially the end of this turn. So we got to look for anything we need to shuffle, which is nothing. The Craighart still has cards, so we're okay. We're not going to do any short resting. We're good on the Tinkerer side as well, so we can move right into picking 2 cards. Well, the first thing we want to do is go really early and use that hook gun. So 72 is huge, and then we also want to potentially, let's see here. This one here could be good because it'll allow, well, it's a range 3. I want to keep that. That's an attack that actually could do some damage. If we're using this for the pull 2 in order to get him into the trap, we want to do something else. I could, let me think here. Can't really do much, to be honest. I don't want to be beside him. I guess that's the biggest thing. We want some movement generated so that I can get away from him when I pull him. So maybe a move 4 wouldn't be bad to ensure that we don't. Oh, that's a stun. That would be useful for later. So do we have anything? Oh no. If I move 2 away and he's here, yeah, his focus is going to be on me instead of somebody else. So that's not good. And he's going to hit me pretty good. So maybe I have to this round. So I'm going to go 20 so that I go early. And then the Craighart, what can the Craighart do? Well, I can push the target into a hex containing an obstacle. In each case, destroy the obstacle. The target suffers 2 damage and you gain experience. So I could move the Craighart around the other side and shove him into this obstacle and break it. But I want to do that. Now here's the thing. If I'm going to use this guy to pull him towards the trap, he'll already be over here. So then it's like there is no other obstacle to push him into over here. So that's not really going to work all that well. I could also just try and attack him. So I could just do this. So it'd be I use these 2 cards and find a way to make the ranged attack work out in my favor. So we'll do 20 and 57. Sorry, the stone golem here had a shuffle symbol, so we do have to shuffle the cards. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Make sure things are all even on that front. Sorry guys, just doing a quick shuffle here. All right. Okay, and we got Stone Golem, move, attack. Oh my gosh, all kinds of stuff happening there. So he's at 28. So the Tinker does get to go first, thankfully, so that's good. So we're going to go ahead and do our attack 2, range 3 pull. So first we're going to do the attack 2. And we're going to go ahead and do that attack. Now we don't have any benefit right now. It's just the attack 2 and that's all we get. So we're hoping that this ends up being something positive. We get a +1, so that's 3. That doesn't get past his shield, sadly, but we get the benefit now of pulling him 2. So we're going to drag him into the trap. The trap is now consumed and destroyed. and he ended up taking 6 damage that he can't block with his shield. So that's awesome. So we finally got some damage on him. We need 13 left to kill him. So that was huge. Now we sprung the trap, so we get to gain 2 XP. So the Tinker's going to bump himself up to 3. And then this can now be discarded just so that we know it's there. Oh, sorry, it's lost because we used it for the X, so that's gone. We've used this completely now, so it's discarded. And we go to... Oh, sorry, that was the wrong card. We used the hook gun, and that's discarded. And we have this left. This is a move 4. And this is where we don't want to be beside the stone golem when he goes because he's going to get angry. So 1, 2, 3, 4 will put me all the way around to being behind the Cragheart. So the next option for us, I guess is now it's going to be the stone golem's turn. The stone golem is going to move, attack, and he's got range, he's got pull, he's got immobilize. There's all kinds of stuff happening there. So the first thing he's going to do is move. Now we remember he has a base, he has a range that was given by the scenario of an additional 4. So now his range, even though it's saying on this card that it's 3, so his range in this case, from what I'm understanding, changes, but he's still within range to attack the Cragheart because that's his focus. So he's going to be going after the Cragheart. He doesn't need to get any closer. He's happy to be where he's sitting right now. So he's going to attack. Now his attack is a -2, so that's good. So it'll be a 4 coming at me. I don't have anything else I can do to block that just yet. And I haven't used my invisibility cloaks, but I probably will soon. Sorry, so this is going to be a 4 coming at me, and we're going to have to flip this card to see what the stone giant is going to do, or golem's going to do. Ouch! So 2 on top, so 2 negates the -2 essentially. So really 6 damage is coming through. The Cragheart has 8. I could take that damage or I could lose a card. This is bad news. So I'm going to go ahead and take the damage. I know that sounds insane, but I'm going to do it. So it's going to drop me down to 2. And then we're okay still for now. And then it's going to pull 2 and immobilize. Oh, so this is the question. We have to remember that if he pulls me 2 and I end up sitting on here at the end of my the end of the round, I'm going to take damage. It says all characters or character summons occupying one of the hex in the middle or the hexes on the outside of the middle are going to take trap damage and are pushed 2 away. So we're going to take damage regardless here. So shoot. So maybe it's better. Trap damage is pretty nasty. Well, we really can't do much about it. The trap damage for us right now is going to be pretty high. Nothing we can just laugh about. It's going to be 5. That's pretty high. So we're probably going to end up losing a card here based on this. There's really nothing we can do. So he's going to pull us to there, and then he's going to immobilize us, so we're stuck there, which makes things even worse because we're stuck on that particular spot. And then we're going to lose a card, the only one we have, to stop the trap damage from killing us. So that's bad as well. And then that would be it for the stone golem's turn, after all that pain and punishment. Now the problem is that the Cragheart's going to go, but he is immobilized, so I cannot move anywhere. I have to stay there. And sorry, I wouldn't lose this card until the end of my turn, because that's when this 2 damage triggers. So that hasn't happened yet, but it will. So now let's go to the last player in the round, who is the Cragheart. We got to think about what we want to do here. And it might make sense to continue pushing him back towards these traps. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this attack. It does say that we get attack 3, push. You may target any... you push the target into a hex containing obstacles. In each case, destroy the obstacle and target suffers 2 damage. That's fine. I'm just going to use this as a regular attack and a push. That's all I'm really doing it for. And we're going to hope for the best in terms of getting a good pull. Yikes. So we got 3 attack, and his 3 shields means nothing happens. So no damage, but we do get the push. So I'm going to shove him back 1. We're getting closer to those damage traps. Now this is where this sucks, because I have a movement here. But because I'm immobilized, based on the rules, I don't think I can do any movement whatsoever. I don't even think I can jump. Figure is mobilized, it cannot perform any move abilities on his turn. Yep, so I'm stuck there. So I gotta just take this off, but I am gonna take the damage. So we are at the end of the round now. Those are both discarded. And I have to take damage for this trap. This trap is gonna hit me for 5. I can't take 5 damage, so I have to lose this card. And that is the end of the round. So that's pretty much it. We don't have anything to shuffle again in this particular round, so we're all set to go for the next round here. My goal, guys, is to continue pushing this guy back into these traps. The one thing I will do is do a short rest on the Craighart because he has absolutely no cards left. We're going to hope that I can get the push 1 card back because that is going to be huge. We need to push him into these traps or we're going to be in serious trouble. So let's, I'm scared. All right, we're going for the middle. No! Okay, well this is the push with the leaf elemental and we're already screwed because we can't get that leaf elemental anyway, so that's okay. We'll lose this one. We do get the push one that we can use back, which is somewhere in here. This one here, the push 1. We need to keep that in our hands in order to keep pushing him towards obstacles and traps. I'm not doing as good of a job with the initiative order right now, but I'm trying my best. So there we go. He's short rested. We're not going to short rest with the Tinker. The Tinker's still got cards. So I'm going to end the video here, guys. I really hope you're enjoying it. We're getting close. I think we might have a chance of pulling this off, but it's going to be very, very close. So until the next episode, guys, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And make sure you like the video to ensure that we let other people know that we're doing all right, because I think we are. Until the next episode, guys, thanks for watching, and keep rolling solo.